Detroit is the greatest! Straight up light you on fire for a Coney dog right now.
Takes, throws, end zone, Calvin, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Go get 'em, Tiger. Row.
We're all behind our baseball team. Go get 'em, Tiger.
Oh, hey. Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. I'm Vinny Stubbs. Across from me is the king, Jason Jarvi. It is opening day. I better not have one sober listener or I'll be devastated. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the scenes, what just took place in this office is really out of control.
It's more important than opening day.
It is by far more important than any opening. I mean, any opening. Jason just defecated in the bathroom, and he wants to share an experience with you. Jason.
So I just destroyed John's toilet.
You did.
It was wonderful. It was magical.
Oh.
It was a combination of spicy tuna sushi, scallops, and a bunch of popcorn from last night.
You're feckless.
And I gotta say, shame on John.
Shame.
He has one-ply toilet paper in there.
That's John.
It's like wiping with paper.
Yeah, you got to support the podcast.
Horrible.
So we get toilet paper in here, huh?
That's right. You got to support the podcast. Get some good quality two-ply toilet paper.
That's right. Shame on your bathroom.
Dude, it's literally like sandpaper on my downstairs area.
My God.
It was bad.
How's your sphincter doing?
It's okay. It was pretty much liquid coming out.
Oh, my God.
So, we're all good down
It's
there.
one of those days.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
And it's Tigers opening day.
It is.
It's one of the best days of the year.
It's opening day.
And not only is it opening day, there is a possibility, we are recording on Saturday, there's a possibility it could be not only opening day, but the Michigan State Spartans might be playing for a national championship
Oh, boy.
tonight. But that brings up another topic. What are some of the greatest sports days of the year?
For me,
Yeah.
opening day and Lions opening week. Probably Lions. I'll go Lions because I love the fall, and it's just turning into the fall. The leaves are starting to turn. It still feels good outside. I'm intoxicated, and the Lions, for some weird reason, usually win.
I love Lions opening day is also a big one. I have an awful memory. I remember me and a couple buddies went down to Atlanta for opening day, and it was the year that they went 4-0 in the preseason. And all we were talking
it was
about,
Matt Ryan's first game.
all we were talking about is how good this team is going to be.
Oh, my God.
Calvin Johnson is going to have 5 touchdowns.
Oh, no.
I wore my Ernie Sims jersey.
You did not wear the number 50.
And they got torched by Matt Ryan and Michael Turner.
Matt Ryan, Boston College. First pass ever in the NFL was a touchdown pass.
And that was the beginning of the 0-16 season.
Yeah, it sure was.
You got the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's a big game. You get a few clunkers here and there. Since 2000, there were a few lopsided games. Which one was worse? Was it the Broncos Seahawks, where it was 43-8, or Tampa Bay Oakland?
I'm going to go Tampa Bay Oakland because Tampa Bay beat Philadelphia to get into the Super Bowl that year, and it was just a blowout. The Eagles should have won that game. I won $50 on Seattle that year in the Super Bowl against Denver.
Nice. I remember falling asleep during Tampa Bay Oakland. I remember watching the game and waking up, I think sometime in the fourth quarter.
It was 2002, 2003.
It was bad.
Rich Gannon just didn't do anything.
Do you remember the running backs for each of the teams?
I want to go Tyrone Wheatley for Oakland.
Ant Ron. That's Charlie Garner.
Oh, I remember him. Let's go Tampa Bay. Work done.
No, Michael Pittman.
Oh, my God. Michael Pittman. That guy was on steroids.
It was such a bad... It was so bad.
I remember Michael Pittman.
I also love whenever there's a Tigers afternoon game and then the Lions happen to get a Monday night game. Those are awesome too because you got both stadiums right there.
They're really fun to watch.
Exactly.
It's great.
obviously you have the first 2 days of March Madness. I mean, regardless if you're not a huge basketball fan, the intensity and emotion in those games, it's ridiculous. I mean, this year proved it.
I can't relate.
Georgia State when the guy fell out of his chair. I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah. So what are you expecting out of your Spartans?
Oh boy!
Come on, don't lie. Tell me what your gut's telling you. Even though you just spilled it in the bathroom. Shame on that toilet paper.
My head tells me, and it looks at all the stats, that they're 1-8 against Duke lifetime. That's a Tom Izzo.
With Izzo's tenure, yeah.
And their only win against them was in the tournament.
And all the other teams that MSU's played this year, they shot under 35%.
My heart tells me that they're gonna win.
My heart's they're gonna lose, and it's gonna be 75-63. Duke's favored by 5. They lost to Mercer in the first round last year, so you know they're pissed off about that. They've beaten every team that they played this year in the tournament by double digits, except for number 5 Utah, and they just got done beating the team that you picked to win it all, number 2 Gonzaga, by 14 points. So you guys did really good. I think you guys overachieved a little bit, but it's because of Tom Izzo. The guy is just he's got an Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's between his legs, and he shows it every March. Just like I said, I knew they were going to make a big splash, but congratulations for getting that far. I just don't see you beating Duke, man.
Yeah, the only reason that I could give that they're going to win, I mean, their seniors have been playing. They've been playing huge. Duke is a really good team. They have a ton of talent on their whole squad, and the only way that they're really going to win, it's going to be magic. It's going to be Tom Izzo working he's cooking something up, and just the shots fall our way. That's the only way it's gonna be a big battle. Hopefully, I'm hoping the state wins, though. I'll be rooting them on.
Yeah, I hope they win too, to be honest with you. But I kind of don't care because I hate MSU, but you got this far. I like Izzo, and I hate Mike Krzyzewski. Whatever. How do you say his name? Krzyzewski?
It's the hardest name to spell.
My God, I hope he gets AIDS soon. Your boy, Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander is going onto the disabled list.
Oh, why?
It's bad. I mean, they still haven't designated him yet, which that's going to be interesting to see what happens. So they have until Tuesday when they can, either put him on the 10 or 15 day and bring up another person. Because right now they have an extra spot,
right?
And depending on who they bring up will be really telling of how long this injury is really going to affect them. If you see that they bring up a guy like Kyle Ryan or Blaine Hardy,
no, you can't do that.
Those two are relievers. Oh. If you bring those guys up, it's kind of leading towards that Verlander will be back and he'll make his scheduled start on April 12th against the Indians.
Oh my God.
But if you see that they bring up Kyle Lobstein,
oh no,
I think that's going to be more leading towards Verlander he may need a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And Lobstein will make that start on April 12th.
Dude.
So, I mean, what does this do? I mean,
I don't know, because Verlander's heading into his 11th season, right? The gash has got his mind rattled. Come on, it does. I really believe it does. His ERA last year was a 4.54 with a whip of 140. That's not cool. He's lost a ton of speed on his fastball, and I don't see the guy getting any better because he didn't adjust to his age. He's not adjusting to. He's not opening up his arsenal and working with it. He's going to rely on that fastball this year, and it's lost like at least 8 miles per hour on his fastball.
Well, I think that's what we're going to see this year. I think last year was the beginning of it, where you saw that he started to lose something on his fastball.
Yeah.
And this year, we're going to see that he starts to develop more of his other pitches, that he starts relying on those more. Because, a few years ago, he could get by and throwing, 97, 98 miles an hour, getting faster as the day goes on. And I mean, the All-Star game that he pitched in was ridiculous. I mean, I think that was kind of like the downfall.
City. That was in Kansas City.
Right then was when he started to start going down.
First inning, right? He got lit up.
Yeah, he got lit up because he wanted to put on a show for people.
I'm pretty sure I cried that day. I'm not sure. I think I did.
I think we're going to see him use more of his other pitches. He's going to use more of his changeups, more of his sliders. I mean, we got to hope, because right now he's our number 2 guy.
He's got to do something. Him and Price both went 15 and 12 last year?
Yeah.
Except David Price's ERA and whip was a lot better. I believe Price.
And David Price is on a pretty bad Tampa Bay team, too.
Yeah, definitely. His ERA was 3.59 with a whip of 1.146. Yeah, and he's in his contract year, Price. So I got Price going like 17 and 9.
Well, I still think JV's going to have a solid year. I think it's good that they are being cautious with him, because I'd rather have him for the full year, whether it's being a lights out pitcher or at least a solid middle of the rotation guy.
Oh, it's over.
Regardless of that, we need him all year. And if we were to rush him back, this, sore tricep may turn into something worse. I mean, I don't want to say the word, but he hasn't gone through the Tommy John surgery.
Verlander?
No.
Don't even say that.
I know. I'm knocking on wood right now.
Knock on every wood you see from here on out.
And the one concern that this injury would give me is that it gives him a built-in excuse.
He can't stay healthy. I don't even think it's that bad. His tricep?
Yeah, last year he had the core injury while he was working out.
Come on.
Tricep.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, the guy has an amazing work ethic. He works hard, and nobody really wants to win more than that guy.
I don't know. I seen a picture of him butt naked, and he doesn't really look too in shape. He looks like me.
That was one picture.
That's all I need.
Did you see Jameis Winston at his pro day?
Did you see Verlander's butt?
I did. I remember seeing the picture with you in it.
No, I didn't see Jameis Winston's pro day.
Dude,
is it brutal?
He had some man boobage.
Does he? I got man boobs too. I can't blame him.
But that's also how Tom Brady looked then when he came out as a rookie.
I got Verlander going 13-10 with an ERA over 5. That's what I got.
I still think it's gonna be him and Price. Both of them are gonna have good years.
No, Price maybe because he's in the contract year. He just got a ton of money too, though. I think Verlander's gonna go 3 games over 500, and I don't even think he's gonna stay healthy the entire season. I mean, look at him now. His body is dilapidated. It's just falling apart as we speak.
Well, if anybody can turn it on, though, it's him. I mean, we've seen
he cannot.
We've seen it before in the playoffs when he just turns it on.
That was 3 years ago, dude.
Dude, the guy is still the same person.
I don't think so. I kind of don't think he is. He got that FU money.
So, Vinny, you think
his arm's dissolving?
You think Verlander's going to have an average year? I still think he's going to be an above average pitcher.
I think he's going to go 13-10, maybe 14-10.
He's still going to be our solid number 2 guy. I think he's going to
be number 3. I think Sanchez is going to start over him if he can stay healthy. Sanchez pitched 126 innings last year.
I think we can rely on him for 17 wins.
No way, Justin Verlander.
Yeah, 17
I think
wins.
Sanchez has a better chance of getting 16 wins.
I think both of those guys will be right around there.
No way.
Those 3 guys, they're underrated now. They're probably. The number 2 rotation now in the division.
I got Sanchez going 13-8. Verlander going 13-10.
That's disgraceful. 13-8.
Price will go 17-9. Simone, however the hell you say it, I don't even care.
The big pasta.
Yeah, I know. I heard that the other day. It blew my mind away. You don't deserve a nickname, dude. You played for Cincinnati. Him and Green combined are going to get 18 wins, maybe. That's what I got.
I think you got to expect more out of those guys.
I kind of don't.
I think Shane Green's going to be a guy that you can rely on. He's going to be the Porcello of this year.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to be as good as Porcello. I think Porcello's going to have a really good year. I think he's going to be an all-star at the all-star break. I really, truly believe that. And shame on me for thinking that, but I got it in my gut that he's going to do it. Verlander, your arm, it's got to stop. I mean, it's got to keep going, but it's kind of got to stop at the same time. So get it together. I don't want to hear any of this. I'm hurting us.
Well, let's look at another issue that the Tigers have right now. The Tigers bullpen. They are
really?
They're a little rough. I know you have 4 pages of written notes.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is all coming off my brain.
This is
the top of the head.
Okay, so they sent down Blaine Hardy and Kyle Ryan on Friday.
They should have. So Ian Kroll's got a pass. So Doug Fister trade is still, it's really bad, but it's not like I want to swat Dombrowski in the balls and run.
Yeah, Ian Kroll and Angel Nesbitt, those 2 are the last bullpen guys.
Yeah, they're really young.
So right now, your bullpen, it stands Joe Nathan, Joaquin Soria, Al Albuquerque, Chaba Chamberlain.
Oh, my God.
Nesbitt, Kroll, and Tom Gorzolani.
Do it again. One more time. What the hell is that? What is that? Angel Nesbitt. He's 24. I don't know anything about him.
He's pitched well during the spring.
13 innings, 9 Ks with an ERA of 2.77. Okay? I got it written down on paper. You happy?
The only reason that he's up here, though, is because Rondon isn't here right now. If Rondon is healthy, he'd have that spot.
Dude.
So I think he's really he's a holding spot.
I guess Nesbitt's got 4 pitches for strikes, and it's got power behind it, according to Brad Ausmus. Okay.
Yeah, if he comes in and he actually is solid, I mean, if Rondon gets healthy,
Rondon is not going to get healthy.
If he does get healthy, and Nesbitt's hot, I'd still ride Nesbitt until he proves that.
If Nesbitt's hot, you'll ride him, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I heard he's kind of cute.
Ooh.
Yeah, Nesbitt's 24. Kroll's 23. Kroll had 14 Ks,
And he's a lefty, right?
and 9 in the third with 3.86 ERA. Yeah, he's a lefty. So him and Gorzolani are gonna do. Gorzolani's ERA was 6.48.
Wasn't
And
Ian
he's
Kroll?
like 32 years old.
Wasn't
dude.
Ian Kroll part of that Fister trade?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons that he's here is that Dombrowski, he needs him to
Because he
pan
doesn't
out.
have anything.
He needs Kroll to pan out because
Albuquerque, if he can get his location together, he's still got disgusting velocity. So you got Albuquerque. I don't know anything about this Angel Nesbitt guy. And Soria. That's all you have. Who knows what Kroll's going to do? I mean, he did this in spring. So what?
I still think you, like I said before,
His walks are down.
I still think you're going to get something out of Nathan. So you're going to have him.
God. Oh my God. No.
He's going to be a serviceable closer.
He's going to.
He's going to turn into it. I think he's going to be Todd Jones-esque.
I think
He's going to be the roller coaster. He's going to be a roller coaster, no doubt.
I think in the first month, how many games is there? Like 20? I think that Nathan's literally going to blow like 5 games and you're going to insert Soria.
That sounds
It's going to go
way
Albuquerque,
overblown.
Soria. It's not overblown.
He might blow 1 or 2 saves.
He's going to blow a lot.
I think you're going to see our offense is going to carry us through the first month of the season.
God.
And our offense is solid. But
So what?
Back on Friday, there were rumors the Tigers were close to a trade for a reliever.
Yeah.
But Ausmus and Dombrowski, they squashed those pretty quick.
I've seen that too.
So if we were to go out and trade for a guy, what do you think we need more? We need a stretch guy who could come in and automatically get you to the 8th or 9th inning?
Yes.
Or do you think we need just another closer?
We need both, to be honest with you.
You only get one.
Closer.
You saying closer?
Give me closer, because Soria's mind's rattled when he closes games. Soria needs to get back into form. Did I already read Soria's stats since he came from Texas?
No.
I don't think I did. Let me find this. This is devastating. Okay, Soria was acquired from Texas Rangers during the All-Star break, blah, blah, blah. His ERA in Texas was 2.70, and in Detroit it was 4.91. He gave up half the numbers that he did in Texas in 2014, but only pitched a third with Detroit. So he gave up half the numbers that he did with Detroit than he did in Texas, but only pitched a third.
Well, he's also battling through an injury last year too.
I don't care.
Well,
Was he?
He was.
I'll give him a
And
pass.
I'm gonna argue that right now that we need a stretch guy more than we need a closer.
No,
because
we need both.
the rest,
dude.
right now, our relievers, they're getting rocked. I mean, and we need
our closers.
We need a guy though who can come in.
You might not even.
We need a guy who can come in the 6th or 7th inning and get us to the 8th or 9th.
We're so bad. We
We
won't even.
on
We'll never see
Friday-
our closer.
On Friday, Sanchez, he gave up 5 in the first inning.
Oh no!
And that was against the Tampa Bay Rays. It was bad.
Annabelle,
I think if we
shame on you.
if we had a lights out stretch guy, he gives the starter some breathing room. And because with the bullpen that we have right now, they essentially have to get to the 7th with a 2 or 3 run lead, and then pray that whoever comes in the 8th or 9th doesn't blow it.
Oh,
So, I mean,
gonna do it.
One of the guys that we have on our roster, they're gonna have to be the closer.
How can you send that bullpen out? How is that your bullpen for opening day, Dombrowski?
So I mean, between Nathan, Soria, and Rondon, who do you put as the closer?
Rendon's not. You're not even going to see Rendon. You'll see Rendon. He'll come back and he'll destroy his arm again.
So Nathan,
I'd rather
and
do this
Soria.
podcast from Gigi's than to have this bullpen. This is disgusting. I
Nathan-
cannot
Nathan
believe
or
what
Soria?
don't they get? You cannot win a World Series with all these guys that hit for power. Their bodies are all falling apart. You don't have a bullpen. You're not going to win the division. Not with this bullpen. You're not. And if you do, you're going to get swept again by Baltimore. And I want to kill myself. Jason.
So Nathan or Soria, who would be your closer then?
Right now, as it stands, it's got to be Nathan. Nathan's your closer. I'm not comfortable with that.
You
But
don't have to be
Soria wouldn't do
comfortable
any
with it.
better because he's a setup guy. So you can't put him in there because it'll rattle his mind. I don't know why it does rattle their minds, but it rattles all their minds. Every time they turn a setup guy into a closer, it fails. Why the hell did we get rid of
Benoit.
Joaquin Benoit? Why didn't you give him that money? Devastating. Why'd you trade Doug Fister? I don't give a damn about Ian Kroll. Guy doesn't even work out. Jesus. And why'd you get rid of Drew Smiley? Where are we at here? We don't have a bullpen.
Yeah.
How are we going to get one?
I think Dombrowski's probably going to be looking at the trade deadline.
Yeah, if they're in
looking for somebody.
if they're in contention to win the division at All-Star break, I don't even think they will be with this bullpen. I think they're going to be like 5 games under 500.
I think you're moving a little too fast.
I think
Vinny.
I might be, but I'm pissed. Look at this bullpen on paper. It's disgusting.
Well, paper doesn't always tell the story, but when we come back, we're going to talk some Tigers lineup,
Mm-hmm.
and It's opening day, everybody.
Yeah.
Get excited.
MLB odds for the National League West. Length or girth, of course, and the Get Laid bar of the week on Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Yes, sir. DetroitSportsPodcast.com, the website you go to help support the Motor City Sports Rant. New shows come out every Monday. We want to help the show. Go to the website, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. You get to check out all the great online deals that we provide. And go to the website, help support the Detroit Sports Podcast Network. If you like to save money, if you're interested in sporting goods, music, anything related to Detroit sports, you can find at DetroitSportsPodcast.com, including tickets to great events. I got a chance to go to the Detroit Red Wings game versus San Jose. Although Jimmy Howard gave up a goal in 19 seconds, I got the tickets from DetroitSportsPodcast.com. It's an easy website to look through and to help support us. Free and easy way. If you shop at Amazon, click through the banner link and bookmark it. And every time you buy something online through Amazon, they kick us back a little something, and it helps the network. So thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your support. DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Hey, welcome back. Opening day, Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com. Jason defecated in the bathroom earlier. If you missed it, or if you already heard
This
it,
is bad.
It hasn't permeated to the room
you
yet.
can go back and listen to it again because I think that's the best segment we've had. Jason, dude, it's opening day. Your lineup. Break it down.
I think this is where we're gonna see the strength of the team right now. Right now, you're looking at Alex Avila and James McCann. Yeah, Victor Martinez, Cabrera,
Yes.
Kinsler,
Yes.
Iglesias, and Castellanos in the infield.
Great.
Cespedes, Martinez, Ghost, and Davis in the outfield, with Roman and Perez coming off the bench.
Oh, it's okay.
It's
gonna-
relatively the same lineup that we had last year,
It's going to save us.
with the exception of we have Yoenis Cespedes over Torrey Hunter, which I mean that's
way better.
It's an improvement. I mean,
Yeah,
he's,
on offense.
not only is he younger, he's going to give you better defense and better offense.
Yeah, and defense. What am I
He
thinking?
strikes out a bunch, but he's going to give you the power that Torrey Hunter didn't give you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then Anthony Ghost is going to platoon with Rajai Davis at center field.
I guess Anthony Ghost has got a really disgusting arm, and I've seen a highlight spring training.
Yeah, up until this year, he's been an average player. He hasn't really had the power.
That's fine.
But in spring training, I mean, it seems like he's turned a corner. I mean, are you comfortable with if he does turn out to be able to hit like lefties? Is he your everyday center fielder?
Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really have a choice at this point.
I mean, Rajai Davis, he was serviceable last year. I think he started off the year hot, and
who's our left fielder?
Cespedes,
Oh, that's right. Who's our right?
JD.
Oh, my
Martinez.
God. Our offense is lethal.
It is. I mean, if you have Cespedes hitting sixth,
You need Rajai Davis's bat in that lineup, kind of, don't you?
you might be able. Well,
What are you gonna do
He might
about
come in
that?
as a designated hitter.
No, but what about V-Mart?
Yeah, what if he's hurt? You give him a little rest. You
Good
make
point.
sure that he gets to the end of the year.
Yeah, but what if he's not hurt?
If he's not hurt,
You're going to
then
have to put Davis at second or shortstop.
you just put him wherever, because somebody's going to need a day off here and there.
No.
Not everybody plays 162 games.
Cabrera does.
He did, and maybe that's why he had to have that knee surgery this year.
Certified monster.
But it's going to be, we're going to need the offense to really pick us up, because our
What? I mean,
our
what
rotation, our bullpen, they're the question mark this year. Whereas in years past, the rotation has been able to get us by in games.
What if you don't address the bullpen in the middle of the season when our offense, every team's offense struggles at one point or another. If it struggles like it has in the past, they have those little stints where they fall apart for a little while. Their bullpen's not going to hold up either. They're going to lose a lot of games, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you want to see out of the offense this year? I mean, last year they were. It's hard to really get better because they were one of the best offensive teams last year.
Yeah.
What do you want to see out of them this year?
On their offense?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want from me? Just do what you did last year.
What I want to see them
I
do.
hope JD Martinez gets better. He's a monster. There's a big question at shortstop, and the guy that you got being the surprise player of the year. You want to say it now?
No, we'll hold on to that a second. What I want to see out of the offense this year, I want to see them actually steal games, because there's no doubt that they can produce runs. But a lot of times what we see out of these Tiger teams is if they only score 1 or 2 runs and they're down by 1 or 2 in the 8th or 9th, it's almost a certain point that
It's like you
they're
gotta
not
be up
going to
by
win.
like 5.
So, I mean, I want them to be able to come into the 8th or 9th inning and manufacture runs. I don't want it just to be Cabrera, V-Mart, and JD Martinez. I want guys like Anthony Gose and Alex Avila. I want them to be able to come in the 8th and 9th. I don't want to be scared.
I think you'll like Gose more than Jackson.
I do.
And Granderson.
I really liked Granderson. He fell off the face of the earth.
A lot. He went to the Mets. Give him a break.
When he went to the Yankees, he fell off the face of the earth too.
Yeah, well, you play for the Mets. See what happens to your swingage.
Swing, like you were saying with JD Martinez, though, the dude was a monster last year.
I don't think he'll have that. His average is really ridiculous. I think he'll bat maybe 285, 280. He'll give you about 13 home runs and hopefully almost 90 RBIs.
I think he'll give you more home runs.
Maybe.
I think he probably hits a little bit under 300 because I think that's a hard mark to do.
300 last year.
I think this year though.
Yeah, because he's playing a whole season.
That's a hard mark to do.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
I think he's going to give you 20 home runs or something.
Oh no way! Come on, 20. That's ridiculous. He ain't going to have 20 home runs.
I think he's got the power and he's got the talent.
Yeah, but that last year could have been a fluke. You never know. Hopefully, it's not.
Yeah, you never know. He was the surprise player last year.
Can you admit this to me right now? This is the worst bullpen you've ever seen since 2005.
For the Tigers?
Yes.
For the Tigers, it's the worst
big
bullpen.
Big trouble.
But
what are we going to do?
We got to find a player in this lineup that's who's going to come out and beat JD Martinez.
They're going to have to trade Rajay Davis at the All-Star break for a stretch guy.
So who's your surprise player this year that's going to come out and really just blow people away? Say, hey, I didn't know that guy could do that.
Probably the same guy that you have, but I'm going to go ahead and say something different because on offense or anywhere.
I mean, who provides solid offense and defense?
I want to do two of them. I want to do for the bullpen. I think Ian Kroll's going to surprise you in the bullpen a little bit because he had a ton of Ks.
He'll bring a little lefty love to you.
He cut down on his walks in the spring. And, he's worked on his off-speed pitches. I guess he needs to work on his curveball, but I think you'll see an improvement from him. He's only 23 years old. Hopefully, the guy he pans out and Dombrowski can get crowned. Offense, I don't know, dude. Maybe Hernan Perez at shortstop.
Think he'll provide some solid backup work for Iglesias?
I think he'll have a good average. I think his average might be, I don't know, this is really impressive, 275, but maybe 8 home runs. Maybe 8 home runs. And give me 70 RBIs.
I think that'll be good because I think
RBIs.
Iglesias, he'll provide solid defense, but I mean, until he proves it, he doesn't really hit the ball pretty hard.
Yeah.
But I think for me, in the bullpen, I would have to go with Angel Nesbitt.
Yeah.
I think he's going to come in.
It's Angel, dude. I thought it was Angel too. It's Angel.
Angel Nesbitt then. I think he's going to come in. He's going to give us a breath of fresh air. I think he might be kind of where Albuquerque was when he first came in. He doesn't have the sick stuff that Albuquerque has, but I think he's going to be thrown hard and he might actually, work as a closer in some situations. But on the offense, I think the guy that you're going to have to look for as a surprise player is Nick Castellanos. I mean, he had a really good rookie year last year. He had pretty solid numbers, but he was pretty awful defensively. He was statistically one of the worst at third base. So I think this year he improves on his offense and he'll provide you at the bottom of the order some timely hitting, because normally with Tiger teams you get through your top 5 guys and then you're hitting Alex Avila and Don Kelly.
No, not last year. Last year the bottom of the lineup produced quite a bit.
I think Castellanos continues that on his offense, and he can only get better on defense. I think he's who you're going to see as a surprise player.
Yeah, can we trade Jabba Chamberlain for Don Kelly?
Don Kelly mind that. Yeah, Don Kelly in the bullpen.
My God.
So on the flip side of a surprise player, what player on this team needs to have a big year?
Miguel Cabrera, obviously. Right?
I mean, he's an obvious choice.
Oh, Alex Avila, man. Come on.
You think, what do you think he provides if he has a solid year?
265 on average, 80 RBIs. I think he's gonna bat like 240. But the guy's really good at calling a game.
Yeah, he's the guy who's going to...
I mean, do you trust McCann? I kind of don't. Avila takes a beating back there, so I kind of give him a break on hitting like garbage, but you got to provide a little bit more spark.
Yeah,
dude.
I think it's a similar situation of like when Raiola went out for the Lions.
Oh, we're not talking about the Lions.
We're not talking about the Lions. It's a similar situation, though, because everybody hates Raiola, but when he went out, it was a clear difference. It was night and day because...
This room's turning blue.
But I think the guy who I think needs to have a big year this year is Yoenis Cespedes.
Mm-hmm.
You gave up probably one of the better younger pitchers in this league right now in Rick Porcello.
All-star rate.
And
He's starting.
He had a breakout year last year. I think he's
an all-star.
He's only going to improve this year in Boston.
He's an all-star. Shane Green, dude.
I think Cespedes he's a special player, and the downside of him having a really good year is that he's a free agent at the end.
That sucks.
And if he does do really good, that it means that
then he'll be a Yankee the next year.
And that's going to suck.
Dude.
I think we have a solid offense, but
Do you think Cespedes K's more than Prince Fielder this year?
I think he might.
Dude.
I think Cespedes has a lot of swings and misses.
Yeah, I know.
I think he probably plays more games than Fielder, though. I think Fielder probably gets hurt again.
Is he back with Texas? Is he healthy, Fielder?
I don't. He's a big guy. How do those guys stay healthy all the time?
I think his wife leaving him wrecked his life. I really do. Wow.
It's unfortunate for that guy.
Yeah, it is. Everybody hated him here. I kind of didn't, but I never felt my gut that he was a Tiger. It was really weird.
Yeah, and he sealed the deal after that playoff series when, hey, it's not going to affect my life.
Oh my God. Remember that Sports Illustrated article, the front cover? He's butt naked with the baseball bat in his hand.
He's a large
Who the hell
gentleman.
was behind that? Who was behind that? That was so offensive. Why? Good question, Vinny. It was absolutely devastating.
So let's move on to some predictions for the AL Central.
Who do you think has the biggest wiener in the clubhouse? Cespedes?
We go with Brad Ausmus.
Ausmus. He looks like Peter North. You may be right. You may be onto something. We need to get behind this and find out.
Dude.
Who do you think has the tiniest schlong? I think it's got to be Jabba Chamberlain, right?
I was just gonna say that.
It's got to be
It's
Jabba.
the beard. I think he's overcompensating for something.
Yeah, he's hiding it.
So the AL Central.
It's Jabba Chamberlain.
I still think the
That
Tigers.
Nathan's got a tight run with him. I give Nathan about a 3. You stuck a gun in my head. I think Chamberlain's about 4.5 maybe. Shame on both of you. Get it together.
All right, Vinny, let's move to the AL Central.
Oh, it's opening day.
It is opening day.
Dude.
I still think the Tigers are going to get it done this season. I think it may come down to game 162 again, but until Cleveland or Chicago put up like a 20-game lead on us,
Oh, dude, it's Francona's
we're going to
third
be
year.
good.
It's Francona's
My
third
money
year.
is still on the Tigers.
Their bullpen's way better than ours.
Who do you think's who's got this division?
Cleveland.
Why?
Because they're all around better than us. It's Francona's third year. It's make or break for Francona. They're in the race every single year at the end, and they have a way better bullpen than us. We do not have a bullpen. I don't understand what Dombrowski does not understand.
And Cleveland
We need
doesn't have
bullpen.
Cleveland doesn't have a rotation. To
Oh, we
begin
need a
with,
bullpen?
though.
Hey, let's trade Rick Porcello for Yoenis Cespedes. Oh, genius. Hey, let's trade Doug Fisher for a bunch of guys that are never going to pan out.
Dude, I think Cleveland. I think they're gonna have a drop off this year. All they have is Corey Kluber. I mean, you got Michael Brantley.
That is phenomenal. They have a better bullpen than us, Jason. I don't think you understand.
They don't have Miguel Cabrera or Victor Martinez. Though.
That's right. But that doesn't matter if you're up by. Are you comfortable being up by 2 runs going into the 8th inning and pulling Price? I'm not even going to say JV's name.
It hurts. It does. It's scary.
It's very scary.
I still think Cleveland. I think they're gonna drop off. It's Cleveland.
Soria might have to be the closer for the 8th and 9th inning. That's where we're at. If he gets his act together, Albuquerque needs to gather his thoughts and throw more strikes. Because when you were throwing strikes and Kane guys out, you looked phenomenal. You're giving up way too many runs.
I think our biggest competition this year is
I
the
wonder
White
how his
Sox.
velocity is.
The White Sox are our biggest competition this year.
No. Yeah, dude. It's really scary.
They have probably the next best hitter in the league in Jose Abreu. I think he could be a monster. I think he's going to develop into he's the next Cabrera.
Not as good, but yeah.
And
he'll be glorified more.
They added Adam LaRoche and Melky Cabrera. So they added They added a lot of power, and they have one of the best rotations. They got
oh my god.
They got Sale, Samardzija, Quintana.
Ooh.
They arguably have a better rotation than us right now.
Arguably. Yeah.
So I think they're going to be.
This is make or break. This is it. And it's over already because we don't have a bullpen. So
they haven't even played game 1 of 162.
Leyland's last
They're still playing it today.
Leyland's last year when we lost the Red Sox, that was it. And we screwed it up. God, I want to go commit suicide.
It's Tigers 1, White Sox 2, Cleveland 3.
No.
I mean, what happened to KC? I mean, they lost a ton of people.
They lost a ton of guys. So they went to the World Series last year.
They're going to have a rough time getting to 500 this year.
They're excused, though. They went to the World Series last year. They don't really scare me. They do because they're in our division. but they don't scare. It goes up and down. My body, my life, everything, the way I think.
Well, what about the Twinkies?
No,
those guys
come
are
on,
bad.
they're the seller.
They are.
It seems like ever since they got, isn't Ron Gardner gone? They fired him.
They
what
let
did
him
they
go.
fire him for?
They brought in Paul Molitor.
Oh my God, who is that?
And-
ever since the Twins got their GM left Minnesota, ever since then he was the guy bringing all those small pieces in. He's like Joe Madden, except he's a GM.
He's
gone, and Ron Gardner
right now
manage those. Scrubs.
Right now, their over/under wins are 68.5.
Yeah, give it to
I would
him.
go under every single time.
I'll give him 72 wins.
Oh, dude, I go
72 and 90.
They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year.
You never know.
They signed
Torrey Hunter.
They signed Torrey Hunter, but they also signed Irvin Santana for a 4-year, $55 million contract to be their number 2.
Why they do that?
And he just got suspended for the first 80 games for PED use.
Thank God.
They're gonna be the worst team in the league this year. That's my prediction. I think they have 67, 66 wins this year.
Yeah.
They're gonna be at the bottom.
I got Cleveland winning the division, 88 wins.
You're
White
wrong.
Sox, 86 wins. Tigers, 81 and 81, 500. Unless they address that bullpen. If they do address the bullpen, if they address the bullpen, if they're in contention by All-Star break, and they get maybe 2 guys, maybe probably just one that makes a huge impact, they'll win the division. But that bullpen is so damn bad. I mean, everybody on offense has to be clicking on all cylinders the entire season, and they have to be up by like 2 runs minimum going into the 8th inning if you're going to pull your starter if you want to win, and especially if you want to win this division. It's devastating. It does not look good. Verlander's always hurt. Sanchez is always hurt. We don't know what we got with the big, I'm not even going to say his name, and Shane Green. You don't know what you got. That's very scary. With Sanchez and Verlander being injury prone and Verlander's on the decline, and he has not adapted to what he's become, that's a big problem. So you really just have Price, Sanchez on crutches, and I don't know who Shane Green is. He better be up there with Rick Porcello, right? I mean, we got a better infield now. I don't know if he's a ground ball pitcher. I don't know. But the bullpen is so scary, and our starters are big question marks, with the exception of Price, and he might be a question mark. He only went 15 and 12 last year, and his ERA skyrocketed once he came here. So you don't know. He's in a contract year, but he just got a. They franchise tag him or something? Was it a tender? I don't know. They got him for 1 year, and I forget how much money they gave him, but it was a boatload of cash. So he might not perform. You don't know what the hell you're getting.
Vinny,
These other teams are hungry, and Francona's in his 3rd year, and you already mentioned it. They have a better bullpen than the Tigers, and the White Sox. They have probably the best rotation, with the exception of maybe Seattle in the American League, dude.
Well, Vinny, I think you're smoking the crack pipe right now.
I need to stop
I think the
smoking crack.
Tigers, they're still going to win this division.
I might have
I think they probably get 81 and 81 is disrespectful.
That is, but that's
I think
what you get.
you're going to look at 88 wins at least, and they're winning the division. I think, and White Sox are going to be right
Do you
behind
think they
them.
respect Brad Ausmus?
Yeah.
I kind of don't think they respect Brad Ausmus. I think they run all over him.
It's only been 1 year. I think
It's been 1 year.
you got to give him. You gotta give him a little
Scherzer
bit
left
more.
for a reason, dude.
Yeah, he left for millions of reasons.
No, not really. Come
he
on.
left for the money.
He already knew the team was on the decline. He played for Jim Leyland. Leyland retired. Everyone's going to start walking out the door now. Everybody on offense that is a hitter, their bodies are falling apart. We cannot go back to the way we were in 2003, 2004, 2005. We cannot go back to losing.
You're not going to see
We're
that.
on the decline, man. Our offense is going to have to be out of control this year.
Well, it seems like every week Vinny is he's got another story
I hate
about
to be so
how our
serious.
teams are.
I'm not trying to be serious.
They're in the dumps and they're on the decline.
It's what I feel. Look at it.
You know, we might as well just not play the rest of the season. It's opening day and the season is already over.
I never said that.
Woo!
I never said that.
We're already at game 162, right? Only a couple more months.
Yeah,
we'll be 0-162.
Lane through Girth and get laid bar of the week.
All right, yeah.
Pod Bay.
We'll take
iTunes, Stitcher.
We'll take another break,
Automatic.
and like Vinny said, we'll hit up our last division that we were looking at in the MLB odds.
Absolutely.
And go through length or girth.
Absolutely, on Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Yeah, Vinny gave everybody lots of ways to hear this podcast. Absolutely right. You can download the Motor City Sports Rant every single Monday on iTunes, Stitcher, the Detroit Sports Nation website, Podbay, Podomatic. There should be no reason why you don't hear this podcast. Motor City Sports Rant, you can hear it every single Monday. You can download it anytime at your leisure. Here's the best part. You like something that Vinny said, something that made you laugh, you can pause it, rewind it, and relive it over and over again.
You don't have to do that.
Also, I want to give some thanks to the people that have been supporting us, everyone out there that's been downloading these podcasts, everyone out there that contributes, and also to some of our friends that have been messaging us and contacting us regarding the podcast and wanting to work with us, especially our friends at Fanatic U. You can follow them at Fanatic U Sports. They have been so kind, giving us free t-shirts that we've been giving away. If you're a fan of our Twitter page at Detroit Podcast, you've seen that we've had some giveaways. We've given away great opening day merchandise, some Red Wings gear, and I just want to say thanks to the guys. Thanks to Terry and the crew over there at Fanatic U Sports. Great stuff. And also, they are opening a brand new shop directly across from Ford Field, 9201 Brush Street. Great location right there by Ford Field. They got some great gear, and they're going to provide us with some great merchandise, and we want to say thanks. And check out their new location across from Ford Field. Thanks again, guys.
All right, well, it's opening day. We covered a lot.
We did.
We covered a lot.
I kind of expected that this was going to be a short episode,
No
but
way.
it turned into a big one.
We're going to dominate. Listen, I am so thankful to be here on this podcast. I really am. I truly appreciate it. We're going to all succeed together. We're going to kick ass. I don't know how everybody in Detroit doesn't listen to our podcast. Motor City Rant and Detroit Sports Podcast with Doc and Jock. How the hell are you not listening? Everybody, tell your friend about it. Tell your boyfriend about it if you're a dude. Tell your girl, everybody. Just slap him on the butt and say, give it a listen. How are you not listening? Our downloads are just shattering the earth. It's ridiculous, and we want more. And thank you, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Opening day, Jason.
Hi, let's finish up. We've already covered the majority of all the divisions in baseball. Let's take a look at the NL West.
Oh,
So as that goes, you got the LA Dodgers over/under wins. They got 91.
no, they won't. That,
You
maybe not
got
that
San
many.
Francisco
Oh.
at 85. The Padres at 84.
Stitcher.
The Diamondbacks at 72.5.
Oh,
And the Rockies bringing it in last at 70
you
and a
don't even
half.
have to say the Rockies. Just don't.
You don't
They
have
should
to say
get-
either of those
they
guys.
gotta- they gotta-
Arizona and Colorado,
Can they contract both of those teams out of the league? I'm
Seriously.
tired of it.
they're a AAA team.
And then we got to watch it during interleague play. I don't want to watch Colorado or Arizona.
I feel bad for Kirk Gibson.
You do?
Dude, he got ran out of there.
So what? Good for him. It was a blessing in disguise.
And now he's back on Fox Sports Detroit.
taking
He's
Rod
doing,
Allen out, which I don't understand. I really enjoy Rod Allen.
Yeah, the Dodgers, they're at 91.
Mm-hmm.
They're clearly the favorite in that division.
San Francisco or Bruce Bochy, I don't understand it. It could go either way.
They
And
lost.
listen to me. Look at me right now. San Diego's going to surprise you.
I believe you. I completely believe you with that.
Yeah.
I still think the Dodgers are going to win that division.
Mhm.
I think Kershaw, he's the best pitcher in baseball right now.
You're just saying that because he's Matt Stafford's best friend.
I do love Matt Stafford.
God, why?
But Kershaw, you're not going to deny that he's if he's not the best,
He's the best, okay?
He's one of the top
he's
two
the best.
at
I'm going to
least.
get it out of the way right now. He's the best.
And then you still got Zach Greinke on that team, who he's a reliable number 2. And they have too much talent on that team to not win the division.
Who?
The Dodgers.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
And
talking about the Rockies.
So then when you got the Padres and the Giants,
Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting race there. I think they're going to be neck and neck.
I think
for,
the Padres
for
are.
second.
I think you'll see the Padres start competing towards the second half of the season to make a run, but it's not going to be like, oh my God, the Padres might win the division or get in the playoffs. They're not, but they're going to be very competitive.
Yeah, I think
as opposed to last year.
The Giants were a little slow in free agency this year.
So what did the Giants?
They lost Pablo Sandoval and Mike Morse.
Bruce Bochy's starting to like Greg Popovich status.
They're relying heavily on Baumgartner.
Yeah, aren't
Like
they a dynasty? They won 3 World Series in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
a dynasty.
It's ridiculous. But if they want to win another World Series,
They lost the Panda Bear.
They're going to
didn't
have
they? Went to Boston. So what? Bruce Bochy.
They brought back Jake Peavy and Ryan Vogelsong.
Ooh,
That's bad. That's almost as bad as our bullpen.
it's kind of devastating.
So I think the Padres, they kind of snuck up. They had a lot of big signings
Yeah,
in
but
free
come on,
agency,
they're the Padres.
big trades. I think they're going to be second in that division.
I think they're going to be third, but they're going to be very, very, very competitive. And the other 2 teams, please get them contracted out of the league.
I mean,
We need to have a vote. I want the Diamondbacks gone. I want the Rockies gone. I want the Rays can stay. No, not anymore because Madden's gone. I want the Rays gone. I want the Marlins gone. Okay? Do we have an understanding? I want those 4 teams contracted and sucked out of the league immediately. I cannot stand their uniforms. I cannot stand looking at them. And I don't like anything. The only thing I like about Florida is that we get their prospects and their players. They always pan out. Thanks a lot.
The only team that I disagree with you on that would be the Marlins, only because Giancarlo Stanton he's awesome.
They always provide good players.
The guy got hit in the face with a baseball.
I hate their stadium. I hate their uniforms. They're ridiculous. And my logo on my car has got to get scraped off. That is so hideous. That is atrocious. National League West, I got the Giants winning the division. Dodgers, number 2, but making the playoffs. Padres and those other 2 teams, I could care less. But I think Arizona will be in the cellar. Not that I really care.
I think I'm going to put the Dodgers. They're winning it. Okay. And the Padres are going to be a wild card.
Ooh, length or girth on Jason. We got both length and girth. That was one hell of a call.
So
is that Twitter? That's Twitter worthy, right? I think the Padres to go.
I think playoffs. It is time though.
For what?
For the 7th, I think you know 6th, what it is.
The 6th edition of Length or Girth. For the 6th edition of Length or Girth, Jason, question number 1. Your boyfriend, your boy, Mr. Tendinitis, Bruce Rondon. He's on the DL again with tendinitis in his right elbow after coming off a Tommy John surgery in 2014. Jason, will this be an ongoing thing for the young flamethrower, or will he bounce back and help contribute in 2015? Length or girth?
I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna go length here.
Oh.
I think it's
length. It means he's out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's Zumaya 2.0. It sucks. He throws heat. He's a gas can, but we've seen this before. He can't stay healthy. I mean, the only way that I would change this to girth is if he comes back from his DL stint and he's actually able to go up until at least like the All-Star break.
I think,
but I'm gonna stick with length.
Yeah, length. I think he's gonna pitch like a total of 1 month this season. He's gonna come off the DL, have 1 or 2 games. Probably both really bad.
He'll get all of our hopes up.
And then he'll have 1 good game, and then he'll blow his arm out again, and then we're just all going to commit suicide. Length. Question number 2, Jason. Yoenis Cespedes is a free agent at the end of the year, and that kind of sucks. And if he does good this year, he'll definitely command big money, as you put it, right? Length or girth? How long does he wear the Old English D?
I'm going to go girth. I'd love to have this guy on our team, but he's going to ask for somewhere between $15 and $20 million, and we have too much invested in Cabrera, Martinez, Verlander, and I mean, if we're gonna make a run at Price, he's gonna command even more than Cespedes. So, I mean, as much as I'd love to see him stay here, I think he's gonna be gone. He's gonna have a good year, and he's gonna walk.
Yeah, I got length. I think that he's going to replace Victor Martinez.
Oh, you think he's staying? He's going to wear the Old English D for a while.
I think so, especially if he contributes major this year. I think that V-Mart's on the decline, as you know, and even though he's hung, everybody gets old. And I think they're going to insert him into and Cespedes is just going to be the new V-Mart.
I love that prediction.
It's got to happen, right? I mean, they're not going to adjust the bullpen ever, so why not sign the guy? So length. Jason, question number 3 on Verlander had a down year last year, right?
He did.
He'll be crucial to the Tigers' success. Length or girth? Does JV slump? Does his slumpage, his ridiculousness, his out of controlness, his outlandish behavior, his withered arm, will it continue this year? Jason, length or girth?
I'm gonna go girth here.
Why?
Because I need to. I've been saying it all along, and Verlander, he's gonna have to be good, and I think he's worked hard. Nobody wants to win more than because I honestly don't know. I can't answer that.
Okay,
but I think from what I hear is that he's a rock star,
right?
And I think he's gonna bounce back this year, and you'll see him and Price compete for the number 1 spot.
Mm-hmm. Well, that'll do it for our 6th edition.
What do you think? Oh, you don't. You think he's done? So
Verlander.
You think length that
I think he's going to go 13-10 with an ERA over 5. I think he's going to play 3/4 of the year. I think he's going to go up and down. They might even send his ass down. Can we do one more question for length or girth?
Do it.
4, please?
Yeah, it's a length on the length or girth.
So it's length for Verlander.
Yeah, for you.
He's garbage, dude. He was the greatest.
So, since this is a special edition of the podcast,
We're going to give you a bonus question.
Oh, everybody's so excited.
Question number 4. The only time we'll ever do this. On the 6th edition of Length or Girth. Joakim Soria, my boyfriend. He was acquired from the Texas Rangers during the All-Star break. His ERA in Texas was 2.70, and in Detroit it was 4.91. You said he was injured. I don't know. Soria gave up half the numbers that he did in 2014 with Texas, but only pitched a third with Detroit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Length or girth? Will Soria's struggles continue in 2015, or will he come back to form? Jason, length or girth?
I'm going to go length on this, I think.
What?
Nothing has really shown me that this guy is going to be... I'd love him to be able to come in and be the closer, but I think Nathan still has still has the job.
Is he going to stay healthy? Is his ERA...
I think he'll stay healthy, but I think you're going to see...
His ERA plummet?
You're going to see not good pitching.
Wait, his ERA, if it plummets, that means it gets lower, right? So it's going to skyrocket.
Skyrocket, there you go.
Length or girth.
But, yeah, I got him length. I think Nathan, and he's going to be the closer.
Yeah.
I think Albuquerque and Kroll will probably be your top 2 relievers right now.
Oh, kill me.
And Soria, he's going to be the guy that comes in and you're going to just cringe.
Yeah, I think Dombrowski and Ausmus, your boyfriend, Peter North, 2.0, they make a splash at the All-Star break, if in contention to still win the American League Central, which they probably will. They'll get a righty and gradually turn Soria into the closer. I think his ERA will be 3, and it's girth. He's only 30 years old. He's a stud. Texas was on the decline last year. That's why they got rid of him. Absolutely girth. And that'll do it for the 6th edition. Opening day. Length or girth? Motor City Sports Rant. DetroitSportsPodcast.com. Jason, you defecated in the bathroom earlier.
I did.
That was the greatest part of the show, I gotta admit. It was phenomenal.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
It felt wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. It was phenomenal.
So, it's opening day.
Yeah.
And I think you might be somewhere.
Oh, my God.
Trying to get inebriated. So, I think it's time for the Vinny's Get Laid Bar of the Week.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, the Get Laid Bar of the Week. John.
Oh my God!
Chelly's Chili Bar. Chelly's Chili Bar, 47 East Adams Ave in the heart of Detroit. Owned by former Detroit Red Wings defenseman and future Hall of Famer Chris Chelios. Just a slap shot away from Comerica Park. Chelly's Chili offers a taste of old Detroit with great food and drinks. Join me, Tom Mazaway, Drew Lane, Mark Fellhauer at Chelly's Chili. There is no ratio for gas on opening day. And the sky is the limit for you and your friends. And if you cannot get laid here on opening day, you may want to reevaluate your life. Go Tigers. Motor City Sports Rant, Detroit Sports Podcast.com.
Good stuff, Vinny. Good
Why?
stuff. Indeed, why? That'll do it for episode 7.
7 already.
7 episodes.
Damn it, man.
7 hours of my life that I won't get back.
What do you mean? You're going to look back at this and go, Length or Girth was hilarious. Remember Vinny Stubbs? Yeah.
I'll look back at this and say, oh, man, that was a wonderful...
Man, that Vinny Stubbs, he was kind of funny, but what happened to him? Oh, God, I just read on Facebook that he committed suicide.
Because the Lions were awful.
Because the Lions went 8-8 again. We're not going to talk about the Lions. Tigers, 81-81. Opening day. Motor City Sports Rant, DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
Okay, nice idiot. F you. Bye-bye.
Good day, sir. I said good day.
All right. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Loser.
It's time to say goodbye, but I think goodbyes are sad, and I'd much rather say hello. Hello to a new adventure. I'm not leaving, folks. I'll still be with you, living my life in Michigan, my home state, surrounded by family and friends. And rather than goodbye, please allow me to say thank you. Thank you for letting me be part of your family. Thank you for taking me with you to that cottage up north, to the beach, the picnic, your workplace, and your backyard. Thank you for sneaking your transistor under the pillow as you grew up loving the Tigers. Now, I might have been a small part of your life, but you've been a very large part of mine, and it's my privilege and honor to share with you the greatest game of all. Now, God has a new adventure for me, and I'm ready to move on. So I leave you with a deep sense of appreciation for your long-time loyalty and support. I thank you very much, and God bless all of you.